Hi, Blessies. Welcome to Pizzo's Pages. This is an author tube, mom tube, and book tube. But today, during this stay home, stay safe, coronavirus, COVID-19 mandate season, I thought I would do something a little different, which is talk about my Sisterlocks. I haven't done a video where I talked about my Sisterlocks at all, and I know they're super popular on here, and so I wanted to share a little bit about my Sisterlocks. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. I'll answer everything about them that I can answer. But just join me, come along, and let's talk about Sisterlocks. And if you like what you see, subscribe. I have a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers by December 31st, 2020. And I would love for you to come along. I mostly talk about writing and becoming a published author, both traditional and self-published. And I talk a lot about books and the power of reading for our young people, because I mainly write books for children, picture books, young adult, and middle grade. But I do have some adult works also. All right, so let's talk about this hair. I have wanted Sisterlocks for about 7 years before I actually got them. I was a mom with 4 children in a master's program. 3 of those children were under the age of 5. And I was over dealing with hairdressers, dealing with salons, going into shops with my regular hairdressers and walking away feeling like, I'm not impressed. I sat in here for several hours. I paid a lot of money, and I'm not impressed with this hair at all. And my hair was getting more and more damaged because I was doing a lot of zillions. I wore zillions forever, going to African braid shops in my hometown. And the more I was getting them done, the more damaging they were for my hair. So I switched from that to latch hook styles. To protect my hair, but it was just damaging more and more and more. And I was just over trying to find the hair, because you know they would bring in hair and then it's the wrong color, it's a different texture, it's a different curl pattern. Don't believe the lie. This hair is not human hair. The hair out there, come on, people. You think they really got that many people to fund a whole entire industry of all of this hair and all of the states and city off of human hair? Come on now. Come on. I know we don't want to hear that, but let's just be real. And that's why texture is all crazy. Every time you try to go get a second, come on. I could take it to the factories and show you where it's being produced. So I was just over it. And I really wanted to do something different. And I had known about Sisterlocks when I probably first heard about them or saw them early on in my graduate school career and thought, oh, those are really pretty. I like how they are locks, but they can be fully styled. But then I did a little bit of research on them. They were very, very expensive. They would take a long time. And I just wasn't in a place financially or, you know, as a mom and as a wife to be able to spend that time getting them done. And so for years and years and years, 7 years just about, I really wanted them. Once I saw them, I was like, I'm going to transition to Sisterlocks. I want my hair healthy. I want to wear my own hair. I want to be able to get up and go with my own hair. And if I'm going to pay for and sit around in these shops and deal with these hairdressers, I'm going to walk out being happy with my hair. And so I knew I wanted to transition. I actually have a picture and I'll put it up. This is my hair probably weeks before I received my first installment, because I was interviewing for my current job. Once they called me for the interview, I actually called my consultant and said, hey, let's push back. I don't want to be in this funky, weird phase while I'm interviewing. It's just too much going on. So this is weeks before. And then on Thanksgiving weekend, 3 years ago, Thanksgiving weekend, I got my first installation. And I will tell you, my hair was extremely damaged, not just from all of the different pressures, all of those styles that they say are protective styles. They are only protective if you wear them very little. At least for me, my hair is very soft. It has a very soft texture. It's not super coarse. I had been natural for years and years. I had been natural almost 10 years. And I actually tried to go back into a perm before I got my locks. So I was natural 10 years. And then I wanted to go into a perm because I was just so unhappy with all of the styles and dealing with the natural thing. And so I said, well, maybe if I go back into a perm, I can feel good about my hair again. And I couldn't even do it. It burned my scalp so bad. It was like I was allergic at that point. Like I could not even take 2 minutes in it. It was terrible. And I knew at that point, I'm done. I can never, ever go back into perms. So I wore that. I had her basically chop it all off right after she rinsed it out because it was so painful from the burns, basically, from my scalp not being able to handle the perms anymore. And so she took it all out and I said, okay, I just gotta grow it out and go from there. So I went into wearing latch hooks and things like that again. And I never ever wore a wig because I never could have that pressure on my head. I would get headaches and stuff. I grew up watching my mom wear wigs and they looked fabulous on her, way better than a lot of these folks wearing wigs today. I'm just being real. I could tell every wig now. On my mother, people never knew. So I don't know what the difference is. We're supposed to have all these great technology with these wigs today, but I could tell every wig today. My mother's generation, I couldn't tell their wigs. Diane Carroll, I'm thinking that's their hair. Anyway, so I never wore a wig, but I was doing all these other things. I was paying people to do it, my long-term hairdressers and stuff, but then they take advantage of you being long-term and you being with them, so you waiting for hours. You're not happy with what you come out of. It was just a lot of drama connected to getting my hair done. And the older I got, I just didn't want the drama anymore. So I started doing it in my home, taught myself how to do it. And it was fine for me to teach myself how to do it. But eventually I just got sick of putting stuff in my hair, looking for the right hair color, looking for the right stuff, because I wanted the freedom that Sisterlocks gave, but I still wanted the beauty of Sisterlocks, that it was my hair. I could do different stuff with it, and I wanted that. And my hair has always been great for me. Like if I when I was wearing perms all through my early 20s, all the way through my early 20s, I had banging style. I recognize, though, I lived in probably the hair mecca, Detroit. So my hairdressers was just the bomb. They could blow on my hair and it would just lay and fall the right way. Well, when I moved out of that space, not the same care, not the same precision in how they styled the hair. And then I would wear braids, a lot of braids. I love those. I love my hair in braids. I love my hair, even when I wore latch hook and everything. But after a while, you just get tired of the time, the energy. I just felt like I was spending way too much time dealing with my hair. And as your children get older, as their schedules get more crowded, you just can't afford the time. And half the time, you can't afford the money it takes. And I just needed something much more consistent, much more dependable when it came to my hair. So fast forward 10 years natural. 7 years of that 10 years, I wanted Sisterlocks. And then I finally got on 2017. I was interviewing for my current position, and so I put it off until our Thanksgiving weekend, and I got Sisterlocks, and I did it purposely Thanksgiving weekend because I was still at my old job, and I said, well, I can get it now, and if I'm not crazy, because I was expecting it to look crazy because I had seen a lot of journey starter pics of people's starter locks. Well, I'll only have another week and a half because I was working at a community college at the time. I have another week and a half that I'll be in school. I can kind of stay incognito. Not a lot of students want to be engaging right before Christmas break. It's finals, so this will be a good time. And then I'll have all of the rest of December and pretty much a good chunk of January before I gotta be in front of people. And by then, hopefully, whatever craziness my hair looks like, it will have grown out a bit. And it did just that. And so that's why I picked Thanksgiving weekend. So Thanksgiving was a Thursday. She came on that Friday and she locked me. It took 11 hours of me sitting for her to lock my hair. And it was scary. It looked like plugs. Like when those men are bald and they want to get hair, so they get plugs put in. That's how mine looked. Now, I don't know if that's everybody's. Mine had been natural, but it was severely damaged. Not just from all of the zillions, the latch hook, all of the pulling and tugging with these supposed protective styles, but also I had been on some medication, and that medication really did strip the health of my hair and strip the minerals in it, and so it was super thin, and all of that had been camouflaged with all the stuff I had been doing, so nobody ever knew that, but I knew that. And that was another reason why I was like, I want my hair healthy and strong and beautiful again, and that's why I wanted to go into the Sisterloc. I also had another thing that happened that really propelled me to move forward with the Sisterlocks. Was I joined my writing group, which is called Sisterlocks, and it is because 3 out of the 4 women in the writing group all wear Sisterlocks, and I'm talking about gorgeous. Gorgeous Sisterlocks. I'll put a picture in of one of my sisters who's also a writer, author Landis, Lain. Please get her books. But this is a picture of her with her locks, and they are down to her booty, and they are gorgeous. And she's had them for years and years, like 15 years probably. They're gorgeous. And so being a part of them just gave me all the confidence in the world that they would be fine, that I would be fine with them. It's funny because as a Christian, you deal with all of this stuff about your locks. Pastors tell you all this stuff about your hair is your crown. Don't lock your hair. It's got all these spiritual meanings behind it and all of this stuff. When you get over 40, and I was over 40 at that time, it was like, come on, bruh. Come on. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be happy. I've been loving and serving the Lord all this time. My God ain't that petty. So I went on and got the locks. So it took about 6 or 7 weeks. I mean, I remember when I went to school and I was leaving because I got the job. I was leaving, and here's a picture of me right before I got the locks. I'll insert that. But I was leaving the job, and one of my good friends who I had worked with for a while came up to me and said, "Why did you do that to your hair?" That's how my hair was. Now, I had a lot of cheerleaders too. A lot of women, black women, who was like, "Girl, go on with your locks," and that whole thing. So that kept me encouraged. But yeah, there were many of days that I was just like, ooh, I don't know. But I just kept chugging along. So when I first initially got them, I would wear them. I would do Bantu knots all night long, and then undo them, and they had this curly crinkle look to them, and I really liked that. And it was really short. It was probably up to here. I'll try to insert a picture, probably up to here. And then this is, and it went through the color changes. I had been wanting to be a blonde. You can ask my oldest child. I wanted to be a blonde since the age of 16. when I was 16, my mother, she said, okay, I'll blonde your hair. Because I really wanted to get it blonde. She said, I'll blonde your hair. And I said, let's do peroxide. So she did the whole, like, I just wanted highlights, blonde highlights. She did that. She took me to the sink, started washing it out. My hair went right on down the sink, right with that hair. That next day, I had to go to the shop, and my hairdresser had to cut me real short just to save the little bit of hair that didn't get blonded. Okay, so that was my experience. But even with that, I still wanted blonde hair forever. And so, but that put that fear in me not to do it because I was going to lose my hair. So every year I would say, oh, I want some blonde highlights. Oh, I want some. Oh, I want some. And so I couldn't get them. Right before I got the Sisterlocks, I went to the shop and said, I want to go blonde because I'm going into Sisterlocks. So let's do it now. And so she did it, and when I came home, you couldn't even tell that it had been colored at all. And she had said, I got to gradually do it because your hair is so dark, and my hair is blacker than black. I mean, dark hair. And so she said, I got to do it in stages. But whatever she did, you couldn't tell I had any colors in it. And my husband actually said, oh, you look like a church mother. So at that point, I was like, okay, this didn't work. So I still was trying to look for the color. So you will see in these images, there are some transitions in the color. I went to like a cinnamon color, a honey blonde color. And then I went to a conference and there was a lady who had regular locks and they were beautiful and they were auburn and just beautiful. And we were talking. And I said, oh, I have been trying to get this one certain color for my hair, this real blonde color, and I cannot find it. And so we're steady talking about our locks and our journey, and she's talking about her mom and her hair journey and her locks. And she says, let me show you a picture. And she shows me a picture, and her mom has the blonde I want. And I said, I want that color. What is that color? And she said, oh, I'll call her right now and tell her what color that is. Ask her what color that is. And she told me and I got it. And that's what my hair is. And that's what I put in. So I'll tell you what my routine is. I don't do all that much. I typically will just braid it, take a piece, braid it, and then go to sleep like that most of the time. And that keeps the crinkles. Now it's much more curlier than normal because this past weekend, I wanted to try rollers with it. And I did. I went and got some silk covered sponge rollers. And I did the braid and then I rolled it up and I wore it like that for about 3 days. Even on my Zoom meetings for work, I had my hair in these like Bantu rollers to get it really curly. And I wanted to see. Now, when I first initially took it out, it was like curly. It was gorgeous. I mean, all of these curls were everywhere. But this has been like this now a week. So that's basically what I do. I just take big sections of it, braid it down, and then I might Bantu them up into a twirl. But most days I just braid it down and then put on this bonnet right here. I love it. It's not heavy. I can't wear all that stuff tied around my neck and all that because my neck hurts and knots and stuff like that. But this right here is just a cap. I actually got it from the place where I get my Sisterloc shampoos. So you can get them from the Sisterlock site, but I use a different place because the Sisterlock site, the shipping and handling is crazy expensive. So I actually get these from a place, I think it's called Hair Coliseum. And that is the same exact products, but the shipping and handling is totally different. And they threw this in free. So I bought 2 of these and they gave me this free. So I'm going to do another order in about a week and I'm hoping to get another one of these free. But even if they don't send it to me free, I'm going to order one because I love it. This is all I wear on my head. It is all satin. It's all I wear on my head, and I love it. These right here, I only use the starter shampoo forever and ever and ever and ever. And I can feel it help lock. That's the wonderful thing about the starter shampoo, is that it makes those fibers or those whatever hair follicles lock as you're washing it, and I love it. So it doesn't build a whole lot of soapy texture or whatever, but you can feel it doing what it needs to do to help your hair lock better and quicker. And so, and you want to get it to its point of locking, because then you don't have to do so much with braiding and banding and that whole thing. So I use the starter shampoo, and I still use this, and I plan to still use it because I want my hair to still stay locked, and I love the way it looks. And so why change it up? And then I needed to do this because I was noticing maybe a year after it really started growing, it was flaking a lot. Like little tiny flakes would be on my clothes. And what I noticed is that it will flake when it's dirty. Like, I don't need to wash my locks all the time. Like every week. Nope, I don't. But it will tell me, because it will start to flake and shed a bit. And so I do this dandruff shampoo. It has tea tree oil, and I love tea tree oil in it anyway. And so I can smell the tea tree oil. And now sometimes what I'll do is I'll mix the two. So I'm getting a little bit of both. And I really love these. These are products that I use all the time. Another product that I use all the time, I used to use this Curl's Daughter hair sheen, because it black vanilla, because it smells so good. It smells so good. And I would just spritz my hair to give it a little shine, especially with the blonde. Blonde dye is so drying. So be very careful if you're going to go blonde. My hair can take it and handle it, and it's actually flourished. But I will tell you, after I dye my hair every 6 months. And yeah, I get to the point where I got black, dark roots and stuff, but that's what I try to do to protect it. If I do it sooner, I just feel like I'm shocking it. Because after I dye my hair, oh my goodness, it is shocked. I lose some falls away, some of the ends of it will just fall away. It is shocked, it's dry, and it's angry. It's angry hair. And it takes about, I would say 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks for all of my oils to get back to normal, and for it to get its shine back, and for it to get its bounce back. But one of the things that helps do that is I used to always use the Carol's Daughter black vanilla, but it's a little more expensive than I want to pay for as much as I use. But honey, I use it everywhere when I have it. I'm all over my body, on my feet, my hair, and my arms, everywhere, because I love the smell of it. I love how it makes my skin feel. I love the way it makes my hair feel and look. So I love this product. So and it's for dry, dull, brittle hair. So if this is your jam, that's perfectly fine. It's just for me. I think this little bottle was $17. That's a bit much for me. Got a whole lot of kids. Oil, and it's African Royal, and it's 6 oils in one: hot oil, hair oil, body oil, scalp, bath oil, nail oil, and I use it all over everywhere. I love it. It has a great scent to it. I love that, and it's not super heavy, although I'm at the age now where I like heavy. I will use Vaseline all over me all day, every day. So I'm at that place where I like heavy. You know, when you were a kid and your mama Vaseline you up before you go out into the cold weather, and you're like, yeah, you're shiny. Well, now that's my jam. Yes, I will be that grandma. I will be that mom, because I love Vaseline now. So, but what I do is I take it and I put it into one of these bottles. I braid my hair up at night, and then that tip I just go through so that my scalp gets really good moisture oils to it. And then so I'm doing some editing. Sorry about my look. I mean, literally, I'm really still in bed. But because I'm doing some editing for this Sisterlock video, I did want to put
add this little piece. So I am talking about the Royal Hot 6 oil, this oil right here. In the video as a product that I've been using. And I don't know, I have to say, these are unusual times with us, COVID-19 and staying in the house and all of that stuff. But I'm not feeling it right now. So I wanted to put that on this video. I have been feeling like my hair has been extremely dry. I recognize my last 2 retire appointments had to be canceled because of COVID. And my hair loves to get a good, consistent every 6-week retie, or it starts to rebel a little bit. So that may be some of it, but I have not been using this on my hair of late. What I've done is gone to Jamaican black castor oil, which is a staple for my hair anyway, because 1, the blonde is so drying, but 2, it's just so healthy for my scalp. And it just, you know, as you saw in those earlier pictures, my hair was very, very thin. And so the Jamaican black castor oil allows it to gain volume, get a lot of volume. Sorry for the whole non-makeup mask look. This girl been reading all night, and it shows in my, I've always had sort of raccoon eyes, but it really shows when I don't go to sleep. So, but I've gone back to really trying to use the Jamaican black castor oil. I'm also very low on my shampoo products. For whatever reason, these jokers up in this house who don't need Sisterlock shampoo at all loves my Sisterlock shampoo. So all of a sudden, they've been using it. And it's like, dude, we gotta conserve. I'm a firm believer that if the zombie apocalypse come, all of them would die because they eat up everything. They drink up everything. Within one day, they would not survive The Walking Dead. Let's just be real about that. But I just wanted to come back with that. So if you try it, let me know if you've tried something like this on your Sisterlocks or on your hair period and felt like it was more drying and more saturating. And let me know. Maybe it's the times we're living in or whatever, but I have not been using it this much. And I wanted to make sure I put that in there, put this in there so that I don't lead anybody astray. I'm not a technician. I have not been trained. All I'm telling you is what I do to love and enjoy my Sisterlocks. Alrighty. Have a great day. Have a great day. Watch a ton of my videos. I got over 30 out there about writing. You know you want to write a book one day. You know you do. All right. I'm going to look better. I look better in my videos, but ooh, sister girl showing all the candy and junk I've been eating, sitting here working from home. How you going to work from home all day long and can't go to the movies, can't go eat, can't go hang out with your girlfriends, can't go shopping, but you can slave and work and work and work. Girl, this is not the life. Alrighty. Keep watching.
That's it. So I wash it, and then probably once or twice a week, I do the oil treatment. Now, if it's right after I've dyed my hair, then I'm doing it every day. I'm like saturating it in it to say, I'm so sorry. I know blonde hair isn't the healthiest, but it's so gorgeous. So here's some oil. So I'll do this a lot more, but overall, that's it. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about the dye. Remember, I dye my hair once every 6 months, no matter what my roots are screaming. And some days my roots are screaming at me, blacker than black. But the harshness of the bleach, the dye, I only do it every 6 months. And this is a complete kit. It is called Splat. And it's hard to find. Now I can get this in Myers, my local grocer. It's at the beauty salon, but I'm telling you, I think a lot of people love this color because it is always gone. They have over 30 different colors, but this color, this is called lightning bleach. It is the one that's gone all the time. Now it takes two boxes for me to get this look. And what my hairdresser says, my technician consultant says, is that as my hair continues to grow longer, even though I'm just doing my roots, it's gonna need more. So now what I do is when I go into Myers, I just get it. Because I do not want them to stop selling it, stop making it, and I don't want to be without it because I love this color. When I'm 90, I want to be this color. So I love this color. I get a bazillion compliments on my hair every day. Either the color, the locks, the length, whatever. I feel like it's in a weird length, and that's why I did those big curls this time, because it's not quite short and it's not as long as I want it to be. I really wanted to get here for me to wear it straight. When it's straight, and I always felt this way about my hair, even after I get a really straight perm, I never was the girl that was like, oh, I love my hair. I needed it to have some texture to get bigger. You know, I'm a big hair girl, and so I like it to be a little longer so I can really make it even bigger. But when it's straight, it just looks, because it's like right here. So this is what it is, splat. And I will tell you, my hair grows in cycles. So it will go maybe 6 months or so without growing. And then it will grow. And then it'll go through a season of dormancy where it's not really growing. And then it'll just take off again. So it just keeps doing that. But I'm not a girl that's in my hair all the time. I cannot stand it. I'm over that. I've done that. I'm over that. I don't do that. I'm gonna wash it, put the braids in, take the crinkles out, and then some days, even now, if I'm really tired, I'm just gonna throw that bonnet on and go to bed. But I don't like all my hair moving around and all that stuff in there. So most of the time, I'm just gonna braid it and unbraid it and get to going. It takes me all of 5 minutes to do my hair every day now, and I love it, and it looks good to me. And when my technician comes, she comes once a month to do a retie. It takes her, I would say, an hour and a half to do a retie on my hair. She comes to my house. You can't beat it. The only thing I wish I could have did was get them earlier. That's it. That's my only regret about my Sisterlocks, is I wish I would have got them earlier. I love my Sisterlocks. So if you have any questions, if you want to ask me anything about Sisterlocks and I can answer it, put them in the comments. I will be sure to answer. Be sure to answer your questions about Sisterlocks. So just one more time. These are my locks. I've had them now 3 years, and I'm in love with them. Not ever planning ever to go back. And the only thing, I will say this, the only thing I wish, my edges. So my edges, my hair is super fine on my edges. And so my consultant does not want to lock them. She's tried to lock them a little bit, even around the back of the nape of my neck, and they just won't lock. It's so soft. And so that's my only thing, is I would like them to lock, because I want to be able to wear my hair up sometimes. Like in the summer and the heat, I would eventually like to be able to pull them up. But right now I can't do that, and because the edges are just so fine and they're not locked. So it looks a little strange to me to have like my hair out and then these locks. So I'm waiting for that process, but I'm okay with it. I am perfectly okay with it. It'll continue to grow. It's healthy, it's strong, it's beautiful. And if you have Sisterlocks, tell me what your Sisterlock journey is. And if you're thinking about it and you have questions, feel free to ask in the description below. I I'll put these products and where I get them from below in the description. Nothing fantastic, just wanted to talk a little bit about my Sisterlocks. For joining me on Pizzo's Pages. If you like writing, if you like books, if you like talking about those things, come on back. Subscribe. This is a community for sister girls and for moms and for writers and for book lovers. And so just come on back. Thank you so much and have a blessed day. Bye.